Bangalore is often called India's Silicon Valley. It's, a city of dreams for so many young technology workers. For years, its IT industry has been a symbol of growth and opportunity. But now a new kind of change is sweeping through its modern glass and steel offices. This change is being driven by artificial intelligence, or AI. Companies are finding that smart software can now do many jobs that people used to do. This powerful new technology is making things more efficient, but it's also creating a deep sense of uncertainty among the city's vast workforce. A quiet fear is spreading through the tech corridors. The rise of AI is not a distant future event. It's happening right now, today, on July 10th, 2025. This evolution is reshaping the very foundation of the IT services industry. Tasks that once required teams of engineers like routine coding, software testing, and data entry are increasingly being automated. AI algorithms can now write code, identify bugs, and manage vast data sets with incredible speed and accuracy. For the companies, this means lower costs and faster project delivery. But for the employees whose skills are tied to these traditional roles, it means their jobs are suddenly at risk of becoming obsolete. This trend is part of a larger global story. All over the world, big companies are rethinking how they operate. They're investing heavily in AI to stay competitive. They want to be faster, smarter, and more profitable. This global race for efficiency has direct consequences for cities like Bangalore, which are major hubs for the world's tech talent. When a company in New York, London, or Sydney decides to automate a process, it's often the back-end teams in India that feel the first and most direct impact of that strategic decision. The city's IT sector is deeply connected to these global economic currents. The recent news of layoffs is a clear signal of this new reality. It's no longer just a discussion about what might happen in the future. It's become a present-day challenge for thousands of workers. The promise of a stable, lifelong career in IT is being questioned. Employees are now facing the difficult truth that they must constantly learn new skills to stay relevant. The very nature of work is changing, and Bangalore's tech community is on the front lines, experiencing this transformation firsthand. The city that once promised endless growth is now grappling with the unsettling calm before a potential storm. The latest example of this trend came on June 17th, 2025. On that day, a leading Australian bank, Commonwealth Bank, announced a major decision. It said it would be cutting more than 400 jobs from its operations in India. A large number of these jobs were based in Bangalore. This was not a small change. It was a significant move by a major international financial institution. The news sent ripples of concern through the city's IT community. It showed that even jobs with big, stable multinational corporations were no longer completely secure in this new era of technological disruption. This decision was not made because the company was failing. In fact, the bank was doing very well and making large profits. The layoffs were part of a global restructuring plan. The main goal was to make the company more efficient by using more technology. The bank explained that it needed people with enhanced skill sets to support new digital ways of working. This means they're looking for employees who can work with AI, data science, and cybersecurity. The jobs being cut were mostly in traditional IT support and operations, roles that can now be handled by sophisticated automation software. The bank provided a detailed compensation package to the employees who were let go. This was done to soften the blow of losing their jobs so suddenly. Affected workers were given a 2-month notice period, which means they'd continue to receive their salary for 2 months. On top of that, they received 3 months of severance pay. They were also given their variable pay, which is like a bonus. Finally, they received an extra payment that was calculated based on how many years they had worked for the company. This package was designed to provide a financial cushion while they searched for new work. However, these layoffs in India were part of a much bigger picture. The bank also cut technology jobs in its home country of Australia. This shows that the push towards automation is a worldwide strategy for many large corporations, especially in the banking and finance sector. Other major banks like Westpac and HSBC have also announced thousands of job cuts globally in recent months for similar reasons. They're all racing to modernize their operations and reduce costs by embracing AI. What happened in Bangalore is a local chapter in a global story of technological change. For the hundreds of employees in Bangalore who lost their jobs, the news was devastating. These were not just job titles on a spreadsheet. They were people with families, loans, and dreams for the future. Many had spent years building their careers at the company, believing they had a secure position. The sudden announcement left them feeling shocked, anxious, and deeply worried about what comes next. Even with a good severance package, the emotional impact is huge. The feeling of being replaced by a machine or an algorithm can damage a person's confidence and sense of self-worth. The atmosphere in many Bangalore IT offices is now filled with a mix of fear and uncertainty. Workers who are still employed watch their colleagues leave and wonder if they will be next. Conversations by the coffee machine are no longer just about project deadlines. They're about job security and the need to upskill. Employees feel immense pressure to learn new technologies like machine learning and cloud computing, often in their own time and at their own expense. There's a growing sense that the skills that were valuable just a few years ago are no longer enough to guarantee a stable career in the industry. This situation creates a very stressful environment. People are worried about paying their home loans, their children's school fees, and planning for their future. The competition for new jobs is becoming much tougher. A single job opening for an AI specialist might receive hundreds of applications from experienced professionals who have recently been laid off. This puts a lot of pressure on individuals to stand out. The human cost of this technological shift is measured in sleepless nights, worried families, and the heavy emotional burden of an uncertain future for many skilled professionals. Moreover, this trend is changing the relationship between employees and employers. The old idea of company loyalty is fading away. Workers are beginning to see their jobs as temporary assignments, rather than long-term careers with one organization. They understand that companies will prioritize efficiency and profits, and that their roles could be eliminated at any time due to a new technological advancement. This realization is forcing a major mindset shift, where individuals must think of themselves as independent contractors, always ready to adapt and find the next opportunity in a rapidly changing job market. The future of IT jobs in Bangalore is at a critical turning point. The city will likely see a continued decline in traditional IT roles. Jobs that involve repetitive tasks, such as manual software testing, infrastructure maintenance, and basic customer support, are most at risk of being fully automated by AI. This means that the massive hiring sprees for entry-level engineers that Bangalore was famous for might become a thing of the past. The industry is moving away from needing a large volume of workers to needing a smaller, more highly skilled workforce that can build, manage, and innovate with AI systems. However, this does not mean the end of opportunity in Bangalore's tech sector. As old jobs disappear, new ones are being created. There's a growing demand for professionals with expertise in specialized fields. Companies are desperately looking for data scientists who can analyze complex information, AI and machine learning engineers who can create intelligent systems, and cybersecurity experts who can protect digital assets. The challenge for Bangalore's workforce is to transition from the old roles to these new ones. This will require a massive effort in reskilling and upskilling. The key to a successful future for Bangalore's tech professionals will be continuous learning. Workers can no longer rely on the degree they earned years ago. They must embrace a mindset of lifelong education, constantly updating their skills to match the needs of the industry. This could mean taking online courses, earning new certifications, or participating in intensive training programs. Government and educational institutions will also need to play a vital role by creating relevant courses and supporting workers through this difficult transition period, helping them acquire the skills needed for the jobs of tomorrow. In conclusion, technology is a double-edged sword. It brings incredible progress and efficiency, but it also causes significant disruption and challenges. The recent layoffs in Bangalore are a painful reminder of this reality. While the short-term outlook is filled with anxiety, the long-term future of Bangalore as a tech hub is not necessarily bleak. The city has a deep pool of talent and a strong spirit of innovation. By adapting to the changes, embracing new skills, and focusing on the higher value jobs created by AI, Bangalore can navigate this transition and evolve from being the world's back office to becoming a global leader in creating the intelligent technologies of the future.